1, 2. Come on! My face probably looks ridiculous when I'm doing it. I'm like, that's my neck. Hey everybody, I'm at the park. I'm at the park and I'm gonna juggle. Like, what a great day it is. I get to juggle, I get to just do the things I love, and hopefully it makes you happy too. And then all the things are great. Lemon, you can't stand right there. Come over here. Lemon, I'm gonna hit you if you stand right here. Look. So when I drop it, see how scary that is? You should be used to this by now. I want it to be clear, I did not intentionally try to hit her. I can aim. I aimed next to her so that she knows. Please go lay down. I'm thinking of you. No, come lay down over here. Stay. Hey Siri, set a timer for 26 minutes. So yeah, focusing. I'm gonna today practice this behind the neck trick. I've practiced it a little bit since the last time you saw me, but turns out it's really hard and it requires a lot of practice. So you may not notice any improvement since the last time we practiced together. But I'm still gonna practice because that's what you gotta do. You gotta put tons and tons of time in to get better, and I really want this trick. And last time, if you remember, one of my biggest issues was my hair. Because of, you know, peripheral vision and stuff. Somebody had a great suggestion in the comments suggesting that I wear a hat. I thought that was a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I have used the hat before to practice certain tricks. I think this one would be really beneficial. So I brought some hats. I brought a couple different types of hats. I brought a beanie, but I feel like the beanie, it's like 80 degrees out and this feels weird to wear. And also, I just don't like beanies. They tend to make me feel very, I don't know the word, but they just do it. So I brought some hats. I've got the juggle hat, which is pretty legit, and I've got the XO hat, which is also a juggle hat. I think I'm gonna start with this one. I think I'm gonna try to wear it backwards. We're gonna see how I look. Like a cool kid from the 90s. I also have a really big bump on my head right here. Ah, it hurts. It hurts when I move my forehead. Yeah, before I was heading to this conference over the weekend, I hit myself in the head, like on the edge of my metal dresser. I was like, really hard. I don't know if you've ever been to a conference where you're trying to make a good impression, but nothing says a good impression like, hey, look at this giant bump on my head. It's great. So yeah, I think this will work. I want to see how I look. I look kind of dorky, but I'm okay with it. I don't care. I'm practicing. I don't care what I look like. I care a little bit what I look like, but I think this is gonna help. So we're gonna, yeah, yeah, buddy. That was much easier, she says. It's a hard trick. See, now I'm not gonna be able to complain about my hair though. How am I gonna justify not being good at this trick? You know, even though last time I warmed up all the way up to 3 and I was working on it with 3, I always warm up with 1. I like to break it down. If it's a trick that I'm not good at, I will still break it down. Feels weird to be practicing without Dan. You might notice Dan is not here. He's working today, like a responsible human. And I wanted to practice, so there's no Dan. If you miss Dan, if you like having Dan in the videos in the background contributing, let him know. Leave a comment. We love you, Dan, hashtag. Whew. I told you, Lemon, you gotta go somewhere else, honey. Urgh. Okay, here we go. We're encountering another problem with the hat. Another commenter on the last practice had a really good suggestion. I think it was a good suggestion. I don't know. I want to apply it. He said that I think you're not turning your head quick enough. I thought that was interesting, so I'm going to try to keep that in mind. Stupid hats. Yeah, fix it. If it gets really bad, I'll switch to the other hat. We're learning. Oh, allergies. Oh, I hate it when that happens. The sneeze did not come. That's very sad. All right, I'm gonna get 5 in a row. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, there we go. Sometimes when you like set the clear goal, your brain's like, oh, okay, is that what we're doing? I guess we'll do it then. All right, little tip for you. So I'm gonna go to tennis and work on that. I just got back from Chicago, where I was at a. Hold on, I'm gonna move this. Face me. I have a backup mic this time because last time there were some issues with the audio, so now I have 2 microphones to catch all the drops on microphone. So I just got back from Chicago yesterday at like 2 a.m. I got back and I'm very tired. I was there for a conference, or rather, I suppose it was called an unconference, which I'd never been to. It's basically a conference, but really, it's a conference that's like less structured than a regular conference. I think was my basic understanding, and it was fantastic. I really loved it. I got to meet some amazing people, some amazing humans. I mean, like, in ways that I just didn't know people could be amazing. People from all walks of life, all different ethnicities and backgrounds, and it was like such a great melting pot of humans. So diverse, and I realized how much I haven't been in situations like that very often. Like, I haven't been at an event with not only so many creative people, but so many creative people in different ways. And it was really, it's getting better. It was so amazing. I cannot wait to hopefully go back. It's an invitation only event, and if I get invited back, I'm definitely going to jump up and down in excitement. If I get to go next year. I got to meet like literal astronauts, people who have been to space, which was just awesome and super inspiring, and hear just their stories about those experiences. I got to meet people who are making like active differences in the world. I felt really what they call imposter syndrome, which is, you know, when you feel like you don't deserve either praise, or if you're at an event you don't deserve to be there. I felt that a lot because, you know, there's people here that are literally changing the world, making a difference in very real ways, whether it's like medicine or politics or whatever. And here I am throwing stuff in the air and maybe catching it. So it was really hard for me in some ways, but the event itself made a really big effort, a very large effort to combat that feeling and explain that everyone feels that. Geese, shut up. Stupid geese. Oh, and there's baby geese. They're too far away, otherwise I would show you, but they're so cute. So I really appreciated that the event was like, made it a point to talk about it and talk about how everyone feels it. Imposter syndrome is very common, and that's okay. That you just got to remind yourself that, like, we're all different and we all have our own traits and attributes that make us special. And I think that's true for most people. You know, I think it's something you got to remember. If you ever get something like awards or recognition in any way, and you know what that feeling feels like, where you feel like you don't deserve it, it's very hard to get over, but just remind yourself that you probably do deserve it, and that's great. It was a really fun event. I got to meet Adam Savage, the host of Mythbusters back in the day, which was really great because I grew up watching that show and I really looked up to him. I mean, I still do. It's a fantastic human being, very nice. He can juggle, we juggled together. Woo! All right, let's get 5 tennises in a row. It's interesting, like, talking while you practice can be both beneficial and helpful, I think. For me, I find that talking kind of puts my brain in a separate mode where it kind of forces muscle memory to happen. Like, it forces my body to just do it rather than overthink it, which is why this is really helpful for me, like being able to talk to you guys. But then there are also times when you have to like sit and focus and try to figure out what's going wrong or even how to do something. So if you're practicing yourself, keep that in mind. Try mixing it up. Try talking to somebody while you do it. Try watching a show or, listen to a podcast while you're practicing. Try listening to music. Everyone learns differently. Oh, that was not clean, but it was great. That felt good. This hat though, is working. Dang it. I went back and rewatched Matan's tutorial. If you haven't checked it out and you want to learn this trick, please go check it out. And he said to practice with just 2, doing 1-2, and I didn't do that last time. It makes sense if you think about it. You can't see my bruise very well, but it was worse over the weekend. That's my bruise from the freaking flare bottles. That's ridiculous. 1-2. I know I'm just gonna drop so much. 1-2. Okay. I feel ridiculous in a backwards hat. I don't think I look cool. Should I try the other hat? Let's try the other hat. This one maybe will feel cool. It's an XO, but it's juggling. That one feels better. Do I look cool? I do. You don't have to say it. I look cool. I know it. Why do I have 2? I need 2, not 1, 3. Numbers. Oh my gosh. 1-2. So that went too far back. We gotta bring it forward. Oh, that was close. This is definitely what I need to be working on. Like, the fact that this feels so horrible. Like, it feels very scary. Oh, the balls are getting dirty. These are actually waterproof beanbags. They're really great. They're from a company called Juggling Otters. If you're interested in some really durable beanbags, they're very thick. Like, they don't squish like the beanbags I normally use for numbers and stuff, but they're really good for practicing outside. They're durable. You can literally throw them in the washer and wash them. So these are great. Juggling Otters, the most durable beanbags that I've ever found. So I use them outside. Last time I used my other ones, and I regretted it because those are my nice inside beanbags. These are my nice outside beanbags. Oh, that was so close. This is what learning looks like, folks. It's what it looks like. It feels weird not having Dan here to tell me how great it is. I mean, he didn't really even acknowledge when I got something right anyway, but it still felt really good. Okay. Come on. It's so funny how, like, it really feels like a panicking moment because you're just like, where's it going to come from? Because it's coming from behind your neck and you haven't watched the path of it, and your brain's just like, oh gosh, oh my god, where is it? I also think that my face probably looks ridiculous when I'm doing it. I'm like, yes. No. That felt better. I think I need to just like calm down with it. Don't stress so much. 1, 2. Okay, so I think I just had a breakthrough. Really nice mini breakthrough. Here's what I am thinking. My hypothesis is that I gotta slow down right now. Before it's small, but I was going 1, 2, and like throwing immediately. I think when I slow down a little bit and I wait for this ball to, when I see it, to then throw, it gives me a little more time. And I think that's a good way to do it. So like it felt a little better, even though it may not have looked like I was doing anything different. Yeah. All right. Hit my hat. It's okay. At least I can see. It's just seriously it's just a very hard trick. All right. Slow it down, Taylor. Slow and steady. Grrr. I'm getting worse. All right, I'm gonna get it one more time and then I'm gonna start doing it into a juggle. I feel like sometimes that can force timing. That wasn't at all anything. That was just not right at all. 1, 2. Come on. Frustrated. Push that hair out of the way there, hat. Yes! Delayed happiness reaction, but it was there. I was talking with somebody over the weekend about this idea of, I was teaching them how to juggle, and I was kind of explaining to them that you need to start rewiring the way that you see failure and that you see success. And like, for example, that moment, I think a lot of people would have just been like, okay, whatever, I got it, next one. But I think it's important to recognize consciously, I did it, that's a big step, let's move on. And so like, that's why you saw me react to that. Like I did it and my instinct was like, cool, next thing. But I took a second and I went, yes. Positively reinforcing good habits. And even if it's just, I got a catch of the thing, that's really good. And it's worth acknowledging and even rewarding yourself for. You're gonna get hit, Lemon. All right, you can stand there, I don't care. So, 1, let's do 1, 2. That was good. I'm gonna get it. 1, 2. Oh. I think I'm throwing it really high. Like I almost kind of cheating. It needs to be lower. It's okay. We're gonna get it, Lemon. We're gonna do it, you and me. Except mostly me, because you're sleeping. Yes. 1, 2. No. Ooh. Hitting the hat, that's fine. I don't care. It's only with the left hand that I hit the hat. Maybe that means my left hand is extra precise. And it's hitting so close to my neck. Yeah. 1, 2. I I don't know if you guys are acknowledging this, but I feel like it's looking a lot better. Like even compared to my 2 from last time when I got 1, 2, or even 1, 2, 3, it was really chaotic. This feels better. Oh, yeah, totally better. Yep, feels a lot better. Let's go for 3. You know, I may be jumping ahead a little bit. I should practice 2 a little more, but let's do 3. Next time, this one. This is what I meant. Let's do 3 right here. 1, 2. That's. Now I'm in the habit of 2. I can't get that 3rd one out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh, and look, my timer. I'm gonna ignore you right now because we're gonna get a couple more. See if I can get that 2 more times, because that would be 2 more than I got last time, which I would consider some significant improvement. 1, 2. I don't know what that was. That was not it. That's my neck. Not behind the neck, but in the neck. I'm also losing light. I feel like if I'm a little speckled, I'm sorry. It's because the sun is changing. Hopefully it's not too distracting. I'll be done in a second. 1, 2. That was better. Better. Grr. Come on. This is a frustrating trick. I mean, in a great way, right? Like I always say, juggling is not about throwing and catching. Juggling is about throwing and dropping. And sometimes catching. One of the people I met at the unconference over the weekend was the engineer guy. He's on YouTube. He's got some really great videos just about like fascinating engineering type science stuff. I highly recommend you go check it out. He was extremely nice. He talked to me a lot about YouTube and like kind of my questions. Ooh, I did it. That counts. That totally counts. He talked for me. Talking is hard. He talked with me a while about my YouTube and like its growth and you know what he's learned and things like that. We have very different styles, he and I. But I really appreciated him just taking the time to talk to me about it. Sometimes it helps to have somebody who knows, or at least has some experience that you don't have, you know, talk to you. So thanks, engineer guy. That's looking good. Not in the neck, behind the neck. Behind the neck. Here we go. This time. One more time. One more time and we can go home, balls. Don't you want to go home? I know you do. We'll practice again next week. It does feel a lot better though. Like I can feel it working. That's 2. That was solid. That was close. That was good. That was really close. Grr. One more time. One more time. Just one more. I'm gonna back up. I don't know why. This feels better. No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel better. That felt worse. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Just one more time. I got the first one like really fast. Can't seem to get it again. Yes. That counts. I feel happy about that. I got that 3 times. Last time I barely got it 1 time. Getting it 3 times this time is like a huge improvement. I know some people were probably like expecting that I was just gonna be running it by now, but it's a hard trick. It takes a lot of practice. But that was good. I feel good about it. It's time to go home. I'm gonna go give some lemon some food. What you doing? Are you a pretty girl? We're gonna go get some food. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this at the very least, and at the best, I hope you learned something. So I appreciate you being here for my journey of Let's do that again. I appreciate you being here for my journey of the behind the neck throwing, juggling. I appreciate you being here for that journey of the behind the neck catching, juggling trick. That works. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. You can also head over to my Patreon and show extra support if you want to, support what I'm doing and keep seeing these great videos. I've got some tutorials coming for you really soon and some more of these great practice vlogs. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Well, you'll see me. I won't see you because you're not here. But that's okay. You're here in spirit. Spirited away. So we're testing it out. I'm gonna talk for a little bit. Just gonna talk with the planes and the noise and the people and everything and all the distractions because we're at the park. But I can't practice inside because camera needs to be far away from me, and also because I break my stuff and my roommates don't like it.